What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris Dooms in the building, and today, as you can see in the title, your boy did back, lats, and shoulders. How to build a perfect body. We really went pretty hard on this workout just to demonstrate exactly what I do in my training to build a nice physique. Of course, there's more things you can do in different routines, but this routine to me is the best routine to start off your first week of workout. So through this whole week, make sure you do this about at least 2 times a week. The same workout. And then next week, we will do something else to shock the body. As of right now, this is what helps me build a stronger shoulder, a massive back. We didn't go too much in detail on doing back rolls, but we did a cable machine roll. So that right there really targets my back real good, so I don't have to worry about doing too much of other back workouts. This kind of routine is focused more on the shape of the back. We could go in different details of different fiber muscles in the back, but that eats up too much time in training. So this first week, I focused a little bit more on my lats, just to get the outer shape and be able to build that taper. So I still hit my back, but we worked on the outer layer of the back. And then we hit really hard on shoulders. It's definitely a good workout. First, we had started off with a warm-up. First thing you want to do, you want to make sure you warm up really good. My best warm-ups are doing pull-ups and doing dips. I know doing dips, it focuses more on the lower chest, but if you lean just a little bit and squeeze your back, you're able to activate that back also. So it's 2 muscle groups that's working. And of course, I like to work on my lower chest always because it gives me a good form and a proper chest. So doing that every day is really beneficial for you. So I recommend doing dips almost every day. And then after that, that's when we started working on lats. I like the lat pull down. Lat pull down is a must. You must do it. Lat pull down activates a lot of the muscle groups along with cable lat pull down also. I like to do those variations, really concentrating on the muscle. That right there would definitely build you a bigger lat. So focus on slow tension. Make sure you don't do the reps too fast. You want to do about at least 10 to 14 reps. As for the pull-ups and dips, I go to failure. So don't focus on what reps range that you have to do. Just do it to failure. That's the warm-up. And then we move on to the lats. The lats, make sure you do about 10 to 12, or you could do 14, depending how weak the weight is. So that way you could get a good pump. Make sure you focus on each workout that you do. Then we moved on to the cable rolls. The cable rolls is actually really good for your middle back. So focus on detail, which is really good for you to focus on. So make sure you focus on detail really good. And when you're doing this workout, make sure you stretch every movement. Once you get that first stretch, then it's like muscle memory. So that way you can keep on that same tempo, keep doing that same tempo over and over. And that's really gonna stretch your back out and give you a massive pump on your back. So I didn't really focus on other machines or dumbbells to do my back. Cable roll machine really helps out, give you a nice shape and pump. So that way you can focus on other areas that your weakness at. So I stopped doing back after that, and then I moved on to shoulders. And this routine, we did the seated lateral shoulders, lateral raises. We did those. I did a little superset because I did not want to rest because I had so much injury still. So what I did was I did seated laterals, and then I did dumbbell presses. And as you can see, when I did my dumbbell presses, I didn't lock them out here. I went all the way down to build that mobility, to be able to stretch all the way my shoulders all the way down. This is bodybuilding. You want to be able to move your shoulders any kind of way. You don't want to be stuck in a certain area that you can't scratch your back in. You want to be able to have that flexibility. So what I did with my dumbbells were I make sure I touch my shoulder, touch. But I touch my shoulders and able to activate that flexibility, then I pressed up. You want to focus on flexibility and mobility. You want to be able to move any way that you can be. Even being really big, you still want to have that mobility. You don't want to be stuck in certain areas that you can't do. Make sure that you're flexing, that you're keeping attention as you're doing this. You don't want to drop the weight or rest. There's no resting involved in working out. You want to make sure you keep that tension going. So I went up pretty heavy, and I kept my rep range to around about 10 to 14 reps, about 4 to 5 sets. All these workouts I do is about 4 to 5 sets. Remember that, 4 to 5 sets. Because the first exercise that you do is kind of a warm-up. So we kind of count that as a set because it actually is a workout. But the last 3 is the actual get into your motherfucking badass mind ready for these workouts. So we did 4 to 5 sets. So, and then after that, I did the rear delts. I like to do the chains because it helps with my grip. So that way when I do powerlifting, I'll still be able to do deadlift, bench, and squat and hold the barbell really good with my hand. So I like to use the chains just to work on grip motion. And then we did the rear delts with the cables, the cable pulls to your face. Focus really hard on that tension. You want to make sure you're pulling the weight towards you before you start. You pull it towards you, so that way there's no slack. So as you pull and step all the way back, then stretch it all the way to where the bars to the weights are not touching. Once the weights are not touching, your arms are fully locked out, then start the workout. So that way you won't cheat yourself for dropping the weight down every time. It's constantly in the air and it's constantly putting tension on your shoulders. So I like to do those for my rear delts. And then we also did a superset with dumbbells of the rear delts, bent over rear delts. Those combination alone will kill your rear delts. It's definitely gonna give you a massive pump. It's definitely gonna give you the gains. It's definitely gonna make your shoulders look round than rather look flat on one side. So I will incorporate those all the time when you're doing shoulders, all the time. Okay, so after that, we moved on to traps. This one, I did the barbell shrugs instead of the dumbbell shrugs. Usually the dumbbell shrugs, I like to do a pyramid set to a drop set, almost a whole rack, 10s, 10, 10, 10, 10s. But in this one, this case, I wanted to work on my lower back, so I got up to 315 on basically, to start off my lower back, because I didn't want to do 135, 225, because I'm already exhausted at this point. So I went to 315 on doing shrugs, and then I started my lower back exercise with the shrugs as a superset. And we got all the way up to 505. The 505, I didn't do no shrugs on. I just went straight doing the lower back. So the 405, I did about 5 reps of shrugs, and then I tried to get to at least 10 rack pulls. So rack pulls are really good for you on building your lower back, and it's also good for you on your deadlifts. Makes you stronger and being able to get ready to do heavy lifts on your deadlift. So I recommend y'all doing rack pulls. The lowest I would go is about my shin, between my ankle and my knee, about shin level. That's the best way to do rack pulls. You don't want to go higher than your knee. You don't want to go way too low, because then it defeats the purpose. You want to be in that middle range in order to do rack pulls. Other than that, that is basically all we did today. That right there is a full routine of a perfect body to build the best physique for your back, shoulders, and lats. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Make sure you follow me on Instagram down here below at Chris Dooms. And also check out the Twitter, because we got stuff on Twitter, and Barbell Armageddon on Facebook. So that way you can get you some badass gear. We got some exclusive lines coming up, so stay tuned. We got some sweaters on the way too. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you like the video. If there's anything else that you want to see in this video, comment down below. Your boy will hit you up. We'll get things going for you. And also make sure you subscribe. The biggest thing is to subscribe to the page. This is all for y'all, and knowledge of what I know or what can I bring to the table for everybody else to be healthy. But till then, I'll holler at you guys later. It's your boy Chris Dooms, and we signing out here. Peace out, y'all.